The 9th time Canada and Russia have faced each other for gold since the playoff format began 25 tournaments ago. They've split the previous 8 meetings. Canada won the most recent in 2015 in Toronto. That clearing attempt hit the referee, Lassie Heikkinen. Will go the other way to Bowen Byram. Connor McMichael sends that rink wide for Aiden Dudas, and he drops it back for Bernard Docker. Byron, lead pass for Delandry, and the play was offside at the Russian line.
Delandry found a seam up the middle of the ice, and Byram had his head up and just missed him with a neutral zone clearing pass. Byram, who did not play yesterday, had an illness that has been running around this tournament. He just misses him, maybe a half a stride late.
Now Cousins will take the face-off out there with Hayton and Lafreniere. Cousins, the natural centerman, playing for Lethbridge in the Western League. That's his accustomed position. He wins the drawback. Picked up by Lafreniere, busting out with Hayton. Lafreniere puts it back across to Cousins with a shot. Smith fights it off, loose in front. Smith can't reach it. Ty Smith jumps up, the puck still loose, and a penalty coming to Russia for putting the hand over the puck. It was not in the crease, which would be a penalty shot. But Koyenkov's going to go off, and Canada goes to the power play.
Off the defensive zone face-off, Alexis Lafreniere is going to create this play. You always want, as a centerman, help from your wingers. This puck is tied, and Lafreniere co-drags it out of the mess, and he's got a 3-on-2. He's going to flip this across and then get back to the front of the net, and in the ensuing scramble, the Russians are trying to clear the puck, and it's Havanov who blocks the shot, and you'll see his left hand get on top of the puck. Oh, it's actually Pilyankov who's going to go with Canada's second power play. We'll get a chance in the first minute of the second period.
First was truncated by a Canadian penalty to Veleno. Here's Cousins. Back to Addison. Jalen Addison. Drops it back for Lafreniere. Addison. Feeds across to Hayton. Hayton. Back to Addison. Long wrist shot that was blocked in front by Ratisha. The puck still loose. Knocked down at the line by Addison. Keeps it alive for Lafreniere. Alexis Lafreniere. Drops it back to Addison. Addison to Lafreniere. In shoots. He whistled that wide.
He scored 2 goals in this tournament on the power play from that spot on this play.
Cousins couldn't reach the puck. Ratisha trying to backhand it out. Now it's knocked back down the ice. Veleno goes back to pick it up. Veleno blocked up at center ice, but gathers up the bouncing puck. In he comes. Joe Veleno. Centering pass for Lafreniere. Bounced off a skate. Addison retreats to pick it up. Up ahead is Lafreniere. Winds it across the line. Alexis Lafreniere peels back. Rink wide, he goes to Hayton. Aaron Hayton. Swings it back to Addison. Lots of traffic in front. Addison drops it down to Hayton. He got spun around, and Voronkov plays it back to center. 35 seconds to go on the Canadian power play. Addison across to Cousins. In comes Dylan Cousins. Plays that back in the corner. Lafreniere picks it up. Centers a quick shot there by Veleno. Nichoff makes the save, but drops down to Cousins. Plays it back to Addison. He can't reach it. Fresh legs on the ice for Canada on the power play. Hofer lifts that ahead. And picked up by Connor McMichael. In comes McMichael, the London Knights star. Hook checked away from him. Final seconds now, the power play. Smith goes back for it. One shot for Canada, that power play. Still a scoreless game. In comes Foot with the shot that was blocked. Rebound. And now backing out is Lavoie. And the puck skipped over the glass into the mesh and out of play.
Well, the penalty killers have been on top of it for both teams. Canada 4 times, the Russians twice. The best Canadian chance is Joe Veleno here. Is outstanding work by Lafreniere. Times his stick lift nicely so he doesn't get a hooking penalty. And Veleno in tight tries to go short side roof. And Miftahoff makes the blocker save. A head shake from Veleno. He's had some tough luck around the front of the net in this tournament.
This is McMichael with Foot and Lavoie, the forward line for Canada. And the draw, one back to Lavoie with a quick shot that goes wide. Picked out by McMichael. He centers it. That's picked off by Sokolov. Igor Sokolov. Now through the middle. Denisenko had that poked away. Ball whacks at it and leaves it there for Foot. Foot's brother Cal won a gold medal with Canada at the Buffalo tournament in 2018. His dad, Adam, a two-time Stanley Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist in 2002 for Canada. Now Denisenko works in. Sharp angle shot up by Hofer, and he'll squeeze that. A game dominated by special teams so far, scoreless in the second.
Something to keep an eye on. This is the 6th game on this ice sheet in the last 2 days. It's really warm in here today, by far the warmest day inside this arena. The ice has got to be getting soft if it's not already.
Earlier today, Kazakhstan beat Germany 6-1. Off the draw, that shot fired high and wide by Alexandrov. So Germany survives to play next year in Edmonton and Red Deer. Kazakhstan relegated. Austria comes up from Division 1A next year. The bronze medal game, Sweden beat Finland 3-2. McIsaac tried to work that ahead. He got tangled up in the corner. Now picked up by Dorofeyev. He got bumped off the puck by Smith. And away comes Ty Smith for Duda. Up for Delandria. The pass misfired. Zamula has it back now for the Russian. And Zamula sends that in deep. Over for Smith. Pass in the middle, chipped in by Valeno. Now Foudy with a chance, and Foudy spun around and backhanded that wide. Alexandrov lost the puck to Dudas. Back in the corner is Delandria. Delandria got bumped to the corner. Now Delandria pins it back to the side of the goal for Foudy. Liam Foudy gets loose. Heels back in the corner. Foudy taken down by Pilyankov into the side of the net. And now Dudas trying to kick it free. Delandria on it. Alexandrov for Zamula. And Zamula to Nikita Alexandrov. He puts that wide. The Russians are changing. And Byram pokes it free. Byram across to Bernard Docker. There's for North Dakota in the NCAA. Up for Delandria moving in. And through Romanov. Now the puck loose in the corner for Lafreniere.
You've got to be aware when Romanov's there. He steps up so aggressively in the middle of the ice.
Loose in the corner. Jumping up is Bernard Docker to keep it alive. Backed up by Heat. Now Lafreniere with it. Lafreniere shovels across for Cousins. In comes Byram with it. In the corner he goes for Lafreniere. Lafreniere to the goal mouth forward. Byram a chance. Shoots with the hop save. Rebound. Chance for Lafreniere. The puck is still loose. Batted wide by Heat. And now Romanov back with it for Russia. 5 gone here in the second period. Romanov works in. Alexander Romanov shovels that towards the goal. That was blocked by Byram. Heat pokes it ahead for Cousins. He chips that there for Byram. In comes Bowen Byram. Beats that down to the Russian zone, and Canada will change. Marchenko winds in. 5 Canadians converge on him. And Ball knocks it loose in the corner. Marchenko squeezed off the puck by Addison. Picked up by Valeno. And away comes Joe Valeno. Racing across the line, a long shot, but the play was offside at the Russian line.
Canada's had the better of the play here, aided by that early power play, but in this period, the puck's been in this end of the ice. Bowen Byram's down low. Short shot, chip shot by Lafreniere, and all kinds of chaos around the front of the net. Liam Foudy uses his sprinter's feet to get himself clean, and then tries to drive the net. Pilyankov makes a really strong play to run him out of real estate. In those tight spots, Foudy can explode and accelerate so quickly, makes it really difficult for the defenders to handle him.
Thomas with the face-off back to Smith.
Rare fourth-line shift for Canada.
We've not seen Quinton Byfield yet, the 13th forward for Canada. Havanov winds it across the line. Havanov dashes in, shoots. Hofer makes the stop. Point blank on Alexander Havanov. Now loose behind the goal. Denisenko trying to center it. And moved ahead to Thomas. Akil Thomas in, shoots, with the hop, save. The rebound dropped right in the slot. Havanov plays it around. Addison knocks it back in the corner. Picked up by Lavoie. Raphael Lavoie. Got up by Havanov. At the point is Addison. Addison throws it back in the corner. Now Mercer on it. Knocked down by Ball. And the puck chipped back down the Canadian zone by Sokolov. Back goes Thomas, across for Addison. Addison for McMichael, chips that down to the Russian zone. Back goes Zamula to pick it up, being shadowed by McMichael. Across he goes to Pilyenko. Alexandrov swings that back for Zamula. 7 gone here in the second period. Lead pass. Dorofeyev works it. A backhand shot goes high. Alexandrov back with it. Knocked down by Dellandrea. His pass through the middle, kept alive for a moment by Romanov. And now ball up ahead for Dudas. A Dudas with a drive, and Nipsahov makes the stop and hangs on. Joel Hofer took over the Canadian net-mining duties midway through the opening round. Now Canada's #1 leads the tournament in save percentage.
Here's in the commercial break, Valeri Bragin, who's always behind this team, walks in front of them, and he's kind of meandering through them, offering some advice, offering a different way to play here. I find him, he always looks like such a disciplinarian, and I think he probably is. But he has a real connection here to speak to young players. You see it all the time.
Drysdale fired that right down. Now the Russian defense, but Dellandrea blocks his stick. Jumping up is Drysdale to keep it alive. Knocked down by Cousins. Feeds across for Lafreniere. The pass missed for him. Sorkin. Around for Romanov. Alexander Romanov. Up ahead for Ratishev. That was knocked down. Hayton back with it. Being shadowed there by Kruglov. And a penalty coming down to Russia. Wait a second. This is going against Canada. It's Hayton for holding the stick.
This is the second penalty that Kruglov has drawn in this game for the Russians. A holding the stick penalty down the boards is... Oh, boy. I gotta say, I thought the 4 penalties in the first period were penalties. I don't like that one.
So the Russians back to the power play. Hayton had no idea that was on him.
Yeah, that's not a penalty. Canada's got a beef with this one, but now they've got to kill it off.
Russia 0 for 4 in the power play with 6 shots. Morozov, Marchenko. Up front with Podkolzin. Romanov in the back end. Along with Dorofeyev. Puck loose in front, picked up by McIsaac. And Jared McIsaac lifts that back down to the Russian zone. McIsaac got tied up there by Romanov.
The Canadian bench was giving it to Romanov. He turned around and yelled something back at them.
In comes Morozov. Loose behind the Canadian goal. A centering pass was blocked there by Foudy, and McIsaac sends it down. Nipsahov out to play it, being watched there by Dellandrea. Brings it around for Romanov.
I'm at a loss why Russia's starting this power play unit. Every power play, they just haven't been good.
Marchenko in shoots, and Hofer makes the stop on him. Now Marchenko back with it. Drops it back to Romanov. Romanov with a wrist shot that was blocked by Valeno. Marchenko in for Morozov. Walks in and fires. Hofer saved. Rebound, and Hofer's got that too.
Hofer's getting a standing O from the Canadian fans here. What an outstanding performance as Marchenko weaves his way through Bernard Docker and Byram. This hits the shaft of the stick of Hofer. Here's the Romanov hit. He ends up crashing heavily into the boards, and as he goes by the bench, you can see them all barking at him now. He's turning around to yell at them. What a terrific performance we're seeing from Joel Hofer. Canada's goaltender who's taken over in the net, their best penalty killer. He's made 4 or 5 great stops.
Now Zamula off the face-off win, has that ramp off and stick up to Dellandrea. Joe Valeno led Canada in ice time in the opening period. The statisticians had him losing all 6 of the draws he took.
Part of the problem with all these penalties, aside from you're using some people a lot, is some guys aren't getting on the ice at all.
Right.
You need Alexis Lafreniere on the ice, but he doesn't kill penalties, and so he sits over there and has a watch while Canada's penalty killers are going to work.
Voronkov wins the draw back to Zamula. Zamula to Denisenko. Baramkov posted in front, trying to shake off ball. Alexandrov, a backdoor pass, and the shot by Hubanov deflects wide. Hubanov, centering pass, went off a skate. Foudy kicks it ahead for Delandre. Can't knock it out. Now Foudy's got it shorthanded. In comes Foudy. On Zamula. Peels back and falls and slides that back behind the Russian goal. 35 seconds to go on the Russian power play. Zamula feeds it back to Denisenko. Denisenko works in. Walks right in. Denisenko in, shoots, and Hofer got a piece of that. Denisenko feeds that back to Zamula. Now Zamula along Rishov. Tip scored! Alexandrov gets a piece, and the power play goal gives Russia a 1-0 lead.
I talked earlier about Russia using that other unit first all the time. I don't get it. It hasn't scored for them. This unit comes on late in the power play, and it's a simple shot by Zamula. It's tipped by Alexandrov. They're going to take a look at this, but this is a goal deflected out in the high slot. Right there. By Nikita Alexandrov, a second-round pick of the St. Louis Blues this past June. This will be his second goal of the tournament. And it goes between the legs of Joel Hofer.
Alexandrov, the only Russian player with a point in every game in the tournament. Plays for Charlottetown in the Quebec Major Junior League. Is a second-round pick of the St. Louis Blues. So the two officials from Finland, Lassi Heikkinen and Christian Wickman, looking at this.
Everybody sits and waits, and we've had a couple of looks at it. Of course, nobody on the ice here. The players haven't seen it because they don't show it on the board until the final decision is made. We'll get another look. Watch Alexandrov, 24. Deflects this right between the dots. Igor Zamula, a free agent signing by the Philadelphia Flyers out of the Calgary Hitmen. There's the deflection, and Hofer's going up high for it. It drops straight down between his feet. So now we're halfway through this game. The decision will be made here in the next minute or so, I would assume. But Canada's discussion has to be, we've been shorthanded 5 times. No more penalties. Let's get our feet moving. Let's start to keep pushing the play, because most of this second period, until this latest penalty, which I didn't love, was in the Russian end of the ice. Canada's forecheck had started to generate a little bit.
Yeah, the Canadians didn't like the call and likely won't like the result. They are taking a long look at this.
So it's below the crossbar is the deciding line.
Right.
And with all due respect, it's not even close.
And here comes the call. It's a goal, and the Russians have a 1-0 lead. Alexandrov has 2 goals in the tournament, both against Canada.
So Dale Hunter goes right to Lafreniere, Hayton, and Cousins, which is the right move. And now you got to start generating some shift after shift momentum. As aggressive as you can be without opening the game up and giving up a man advantage break. Canada's got another gear in this game, Gord. If it stays 5-on-5, we'll find that gear as it moves along, but it has to be then. It can't be shorthanded and killing penalties all the time.
First goal allowed by Hofer on 54 shots in over 100 minutes. In comes Cousins. Dylan Cousins, the backhand shot, put that wide. Jumping over to Bernard Docker. He shoots. Fired that wide. Now Byram goes back to the Canadian zone and picks up the rolling puck. Tries to go to Bernard Docker. Lafreniere chips that down. Hayton goes in after it. Lies there with Nizul.
There's no way that Canadian bench didn't notice Hayton go in and throw a body check. That's the first time physically he's gotten into it today.
Now Marchenko winds in. His drop pass picked off by Cousins. Throws it back to center ice. Marchenko had to take away Bernard Docker in front of the cuts the back handcuff. Up by Mitrov. Rebound. Lafreniere turned away. Lafreniere. Penalty coming out of Russia. Ty Smith feeds it across. The extra skater comes on for Canada. This will fly. There might be a second penalty here.
There is.
They're going to vote. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Canada. 9:21 to go in the second period. Canada down one. It's going to get a two-man advantage.
What an enormous opportunity here for Canada. Dylan Cousins turned aside. Girafalov gets called for slashing, and then Voronkov on the same play takes a holding penalty. So a 5-on-3, 2-minute power play for Canada.
It'll be Veleno, Lafreniere, Cousins up front, Hayton on the back end along with Addison.
About a minute after the Russians took a 1-0 lead, Dale Hunter goes off the draw with Hayton, Lafreniere, and Cousins. They generate a scoring chance, a penalty, and then another one. It's a huge moment in the game.
Veleno wins the face-off back to Addison, to Hayton. Aaron Hayton, back to Addison. Galen Addison to Dylan Cousins. Veleno parks in front. 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. Hayton walks right in. Feeds it down to Lafreniere. Alexis Lafreniere. Winds it and shoots. Niptahov save. Rebound. Loses it. They score! Dylan Cousins ties the game.
I think Cousins has gotten better game by game by game. The big Lethbridge Hurricane forward, 6'3", such an explosive skater, has become a dominant force offensively. Watch him find the loose puck. Veleno's fishing around in front of the net on the rebound of the Lafreniere shot. He's occupied the defenseman, Galchenyuk. Nobody can find Dylan Cousins. And he puts it in. Now, it'll be interesting here. Miftahov came flying out of the net, talking to the officials. He thinks he's been interfered with.
Here's the funny part of it, Ray. The Russians don't have any walkie-talkie communication to the bench that we've noticed. No one has an earpiece in, so they don't seem to be communicating with a coach upstairs. Now, Javi Bulin's jumped on a walkie-talkie to talk to him to see if they might challenge this.
From the overhead, it looks fine to me. It is fine. Canada's tied the game up, and they have a minute 35 left on the second part of this power play.
Dylan Cousins makes history in this World Junior Championship, the first player on the Canadian roster from UConn. The Buffalo Sabres' first-round pick. Ties it up, and now Cousins works it in. Cousins drops it back to Addison. Across he goes to Veleno. Down to Lafreniere. Lafreniere back to Veleno, a hard shot. Miftahov saves the puck, still loose, and the fighting trickles down to Miftahov. He'll hang on to that, and Miftahov throws his stick. His mask comes off, and he clutches his head.
Not so sure what happened other than a dramatic fall. We'll take a look. It's Romanov who's the Russian defender.
He fell.
Yeah, he's trying to draw a penalty here, perhaps. Let's get another look at the goal. Alexis Lafreniere walks out high. Remember on the 5-on-4, Lafreniere's on the other side of the ice. He shoots it from the right wing. The save is made by Miftahov. And now in that traffic, Joe Veleno fishes that puck out of there to get a second opportunity. And from the back door, here comes Dylan Cousins for his second of the tournament.
And he'll take the draw now.
Cousins has 9 points in the tournament.
the draw. Hayton battling for it. Down to Cousins. Leno comes in as well. To an open wing it goes. Ratisha races to it. But Leno got a stick on him. Lost his own stick. And quickly retrieves it. Now the pass bounces down to the Canadian zone. Hofer has to stay in his net as Sorkin comes in. Along with Ratisha. Ratisha was calling for it. And Sorkin could get the puck to him. Now flips it back to center ice to Jaravlov. 40 seconds to go in the Canadian power play. Fired down. Hofer leaves it there for Addison. Top power play back on the ice for Canada. Addison up ahead for Hayton. Flips it across to Valeno. That pass misfired. Now Lafreniere has it. Alexis Lafreniere works it back to Addison. Halen Addison. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Hayton with it. Barrett Hayton drops it back to Addison. Addison in for Lafreniere. Across to Hayton. Shoots. That goes high. And Addison can't quite hold the line. Lead pass for Lafreniere. Chips at it high off the glass. Puck Colson picks it up. 3 shots on the entire power play for Canada. That puck goes over the glass. And it's a 1-1 tie with 7:16 to go in the second period.
No, these are the two best teams. The difference between the two teams is minuscule. The Russians are 1 for 5 on the power play. Canada's 1 for 4. Barrett Hayton has a good chance to shoot the puck. He stops it rather than one-times it and zings it up over top of Miftahoff and his glove side.
The officials talking this over. The faceoff will come outside. They said it went off a Canadian stick, but now the linesman talking to the referee. So the faceoff will be outside the Russian line. There's Andre Tournier, the Canadian assistant coach, a longtime assistant for Hockey Canada, head coach of their under-18 team.
Really critical in these games as they get more and more pressure feel that the coaches keep their composure. You've got a bunch of teenagers in front of the bench or on the bench in front of you. They see you come unraveled. It's pretty easy for them to as well.
Now McIsaac. Turned over to Dorofeyev. Chips out ahead for Morozov. Morozov works behind the goal. McIsaac lifted his stick. Now they collide in the corner. Morozov feeds it down to Dorofeyev. And Ty Smith stays with him. Alexandrov, a centering pass, knocked down by McIsaac, throws it back to center, and Zamula goes back to pick it up. Now knocked down by Canada's Connor McMichael, and McMichael ahead for Lavoie. With so much penalty killing here, so many of these Canadian players haven't really been in the rhythm of the game. In comes Alexandrov, walking in, shoots, hoping to save, rebound, loose in front, picked up by Byram. Now Delandria. He's got Foudy with him. Ty Delandria across the Foudy, one-time shot. Oh, what a save by Miftahoff. Back at the point. Bernard Docker with it now. Bernard Docker feeds it down to Foudy. Foudy spins and shoots. Deflected puck, bounce down in front. As Koyenkov got in the way, the Russians ice it. Now they'll say it was touched by a Canadian. And Bernard Docker goes back to pick it up. Sweeps that ahead to Foudy. Working with Delandria. Lead pass for Dudas. Shoots. Miftahoff the save. Rebound skipped away from Delandria. Ball comes on. Knocked down by Delandria. Picked up now by Foudy. Here's Dudas with it. Going to drop that back. And Denisenko throws it back to center ice. In comes Hobanov with Sokolov. Hobanov spins back in the corner. And the hulking Sokolov comes in as well. He collides with Ball. Sokolov, 6'4", 240 pounds, throws that back. Romanov fires, saved by Hofer. Rebound, moves in front. Hofer down, they score! Denisenko gives Russia a 2-1 lead.
Last year's leading scorer of the tournament, Grigory Denisenko, gets his 3rd of this tournament. Puck battle won behind the net. Sokolov's shot, or pass rather, goes back to the point. And Denisenko is going to be stopped once, and he stays at it to push it underneath the pad of Joel Hofer. One stop, but not enough. The puck's not covered. And Denisenko has given Russia a 2-1 lead.
5:14 to go here in the second period. 5-on-5 goal. You know, Cousins rather Up to Lafreniere. Missul around for Zhuravlov. Through the middle of Voronkov, up for Marchenko. Marchenko busts in on Addison. Shovels that towards the goal. Hofer makes the save. Knocked down by Drysdale. To the line, but not out. Missul a long shot. Hofer to stop on that. And he'll cover the rebound. 4:49 to go here in the opening period. Canada ties it up on a 5-on-3. Denisenko restores the Russian lead.
Great save at one end, goal at the other. Happens so often. What a pass from Delandre. Foodie gets all kinds of wood on it. Miftahoff read it, came across to make the save. This shot hits the chin guard, the neck guard of Joel Hofer, and it bounced off. If it hits his chest, he's probably going to control it, but it hit the plastic neck guard. It bounces off. Denisenko gets 2 whacks at it, and it's in the net.
Nolan Foot for McMichael feeds that down. And now Foot ships that back in front. Kept alive by McIsaac. Jared McIsaac works in. Goes that towards the goal. McMichael couldn't reach it. Now Sorkin to center ice to Kruglov. Ilya Kruglov works in. On Ty Smith. Kruglov still with it. Tried the wraparound on the side of the goal. Kruglov feeds it back to Romanov. This shot goes off a foot. Romanov, by the way, turns 20 tomorrow, the oldest Russian player. His last game at the World Junior, he's plus 16 in 13 games. The best plus-minus ever posted by a Russian player in the tournament. Dorofeyev. Back he goes. The centering pass for Alexandrov missed. Kaliniak comes up. Alexandrov. Back to Morozov. Winds and shoots. That was blocked by McIsaac. Now Foot flips it back. Takes the pass from Veleno. In comes Nolan Foot. Lifts that down. And Jared McIsaac is limping off the ice for Canada. Kaliniak. In across the blue line. Fires that down. Alexandrov now. Rings it around. Byram. Up for Akil Thomas. That pass was blocked. Alexandrov sends it back in deep for Sokolov. Sokolov works it free. Now Havanov comes in to help him out. Thomas on it. Picked up by Bernard Docker. Jacob Bernard Docker, the Canmore, Alberta native, for Mercer. Dawson Mercer flips it back in front to Byram. He chipped that wide. Lavoie down to Mercer. That pass misfired. Now Bernard Docker fires. Hit the hop save. Rebound. Loose in front. Thomas can't connect on it. And now Mercer bumped by Denisenko. Picked up by Zhuravlov. And now Sokolov. Long shoot it. Havanov comes across the line, but the play's offside at the Canadian line.
Now every play is so critical now as we get to the latter stages of the second period. Jared McIsaac's blocked a couple of shots today. This one catches him just at the top of the shin pad on the side. Hobbles his way over to the Canadian bench.
2:46 to go here in the period. Zamula plays it across to Polyenkov, moved in by Podkolzin. Hofer brings that around, knocked down by Podkolzin. Polyenkov a long shot, that was blocked by Cousins. And now Dylan Cousins is shaken up. Barely able to get back on his feet at center ice. In comes Marchenko on Addison. Marchenko with it, throws it back in front. Addison blocked that. Cousins can't reach that pass. He can hardly move. Now Addison throws it in for Lafreniere. Icing waved off. Cousins a long way from the Canadian bench. Finally gets there now.
Basically pushed himself there on one leg.
Bernard Docker has that pass knocked down by Marchenko at center ice. And Marchenko and Bernard Docker, a huge collision at the Canadian line. In comes Hayton. Barrett Hayton with a centering pass. Lafreniere shot, rebound. Looking at that. Bernard Docker a chance. That was blocked in front. The loose puck fired down the ice. What a chance there for Canada. A save and a blocked shot turned them away.
Jacob Bernard Docker has become one of Canada's most sturdy defensemen in this tournament. He's going to step up on Marchenko. That is a textbook. Shoulder to chest hit. Clean. Both players up. Fine. Lafreniere will create this chance by taking the puck down low. And Miftahoff, who came in relief in the semifinal, makes another excellent save for Russia.
Ty Smith feeds it across to McIsaac, who's back out there for Canada. Lead pass for Cooney, but the play was offside. 1:36 to go, and Dylan Cousins still shaking it off on the Canadian bench.
Yeah, you see him just nodding his head. He says he's okay, but man, he was in a little discomfort going back to the bench. This shot catches him in the knee. Must have hit him somewhere where there's a nerve. And
off the draw, the quick shot up by Hofer on Krugloff. Another chance, and Hofer turns that away. Fired wide by Sorkin. Loose in the corner. Ratishev trying to pick it out. Sorkin comes in as well. McIsaac. Up ahead to Foot. Nolan Foot. Pokes out ahead for Dellandrea. High Dellandrea. Sends it back in front. Just missed Foot with that pass. Now Maxim Sorkin. Throws that back for Romanov. 1 minute to go in the second period. Dorofeyev. Moved off a puck by Bernard Docker. Now a chance for Canada the other way. Valeno along with Hayton. And Valeno moves that down. Hayton works that free to Valeno. Hayton pokes it around. Canada in the middle of a change here. Issue banks it off the boards. Glove down by Byram. Feeds it back to Bernard Docker. Jacob Bernard Docker across the line. Moves it and shoots. Giftahoff punches that away. And it goes over the glass and out of play. And the faceoff will be in the Russian zone with 30 seconds to go in the period.
Last shift of the period, and Dale Hunter for the first time tonight that I can remember goes with Lafreniere, Valeno, and Hayton out on the ice together, with Dylan Cousins still stretching off that last block.
So Valeno for the faceoff. Voronkov will take the draw for Russia. Valeno gets a warning. Now Lafreniere pokes that down to Hayton. Spinning off Jaravlov, who takes him in hard. Valeno goes after it. Valeno pulls it free. Loose in front for Lafreniere. The puck skipped away from him. Byram steps up. Knocked by him. Addison retreats to pick up the loose puck. And Addison pivots back. What a play by Calen Addison. Valeno drops. In comes Bowen Byram. Drops it back for Valeno. In, shoot. That was blocked. Rolls wide of the goal. Final seconds now of the period. Valeno tries to poke it free. Time expires here in the second period. And Hayton got blocked.
That's a bad penalty by Zamula.
And they're going to get him for it. So right at the horn,